Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of POV driving. This time we're testing out the new BMW M2 Competiton. The first thing you notice from the back is this beautiful quad exhaust and of course this really cool competition badge. I'm gonna take a walk around the car just to show you around a little. We have the competition rims and we have the black details in the grille, so you can see it's a competition model. It looks a little more broad and aggressive than the older M2, and I think that's pretty cool. So let's get it going. BMW M2 Competiton. Oh yeah, let's go. Right now we're in efficient mode because, as you can see, the full power is not available just yet. Full motoreffekt blir strax tillgänglig. In Swedish is that the full power will be available soon. Found a tunnel, so I'm gonna put it in. You have two modes here, manual 1, manual 2, where you can put the driver setting as you like, and with the M2 we maxed it out with the Sport Plus, the sport steering and the Sport Plus exhaust and traction control off. I'm gonna put that on right now. Now we can start with yeah, sounds pretty cool. Whew. Let's go. Yeah. Really nice driver's feeling from the very first moment that you jump into the M2. You notice right away what kind of quality and yeah, just love is put into this car. So, just a little ground data on the M2. I'm gonna put off the M2 mode again so we can hear what I'm saying. So, I'm just gonna talk you to the specs, talk you through the specs of the M2 Competiton. This is a M2 with 410 horsepower and 530 newton meters of torque, and yeah, it feels very powerful in every moment, and compared to the previous model M2 that had a M2 engine, and this M2 now has an M4 engine, so we have 40 more horsepower from 370 to 410, and you really feel the difference. I think it's this little oh, look at this beautiful scenery out here. It looks amazing. We're in the middle of Sweden. It's a lot of lakes around here, so great roads also to drive the car. This is where you want to have the M2 driving. I'm gonna put it in M2 mode again and talk less and drive more. Kind of love this acceleration and the sound it makes, and the manual shift gearbox. It's adrenaline pure. I mean, my hands are sweaty. I can feel it all the way from my seating position. I have these M Sport seats. They really surround you well. I feel like I'm sitting in a very safe environment, and it gives you the right, just the right feeling in order to also push this car to the limits, you know. When you drive a car like this, most of the time you won't be able to push it, and that's of course because there's driving rules, and yeah, you have to follow the rules, of course, but when you get the possibility on some back roads like these, and maybe there's no other cars out, and you can see well, yeah, maybe you can push it a little, or you go to the racetrack, to the Nürburgring or something like that, and that's where you really get the most out of this car. And yeah, I just think it's a great car, and I really like the coupe as well. So the 2 Series of BMWs, based or loosely based on the 1 Series coupe that was available before the 1 Series just was available as a hatchback, you know. And it was a very popular model, especially in Germany. A friend of mine had one, 135, also called 1er M Coupe, and that's a really great car. And based on that car, they built the 2 Series, and in 2015 the M2 dropped, which was a really talked about car, and now in 2018 they replaced the M2 with the M2 Competiton model. Like all the newer M cars are now called M Competiton. There's the M5 Competiton, the X3 and X4 M Competiton, and it just makes a little more raw version and a little more M Sport badge worthy version of the BMWs, and we really like that initiative, and an M car should be an M car, you know. BMW M is known for motorsport, and 2014 Marco Wittmann was a DTM champion in the BMW M4, which has the same engine as this M2, and that's pretty cool as well, you know. It's taken from a bigger car, put into this smaller version. Of course they have changed a little in the setup, so the M4 has 450, the M4 Competiton has 450 brake horsepower, whereas the M2 has a 411. That's because the turbochargers don't get as much pressure in this car as they get in the M4, but there's a lot of possibility also with the M2 to get more out of this car, you know. With a stage 1 ECU trim, you get 500 horsepower and 680 newton meters of torque, which is a great rise from the 410 horsepower we got right now. So I've read 411 somewhere, but I think the official number is 410 horsepower. I'm doing this review alone today because Nicholas is in Germany in order to buy a Range Rover autobiography with his father, and I got the responsibility to make this review. And just last, well, this was beautiful. Just last Sunday we were at a racetrack, and we drag raced this car against the Audi RS5 and a C63S, and unfortunately we lost. But another time, this car is not only about speed coming on a straight line, you know. This is a very, very sporty car. It almost feels like a go-kart. One of the best things about the M2 that I have noticed is this absolute fantastic steering that BMW has put into this car. It's very, very responsive. You feel the streets, you feel the road. It's just beautiful. I'm gonna make a U-turn here because I'm way off where I was supposed to. You can see my navigation system. Yeah, you can see the backing up camera works as well. The handling in this car is fantastic, as you might notice from my driving here. As soon as you touch the steering wheel, it's the BMW electric steering. It's very responsive, it's very raw. You can feel the road, you can feel the bumps, you can feel everything right in the steering wheel, and I think that's a great feature of this car, and it's also necessary. Yeah, bro. Yeah, this is just it's fantastic. The feelings you get while driving a car like this, it's just pure emotions, endorphins. It's just everything comes at you at the same time. It's hard to talk, it's hard to think. You just want to push it more and more and more and more, and you feel safe in this car as well while doing it, because it's a really, really well built car. It's not as sweaty as the Ford Mustang Bullet, so it's not trying to kill you if you get a little wheel spin on the back wheels, and that's also a positive thing. So if you're new to driving sports cars and you've never done it before, then this is a great way to start it off, because you get the raw power and you get this exhaust note, which is great, which could be better in comparison to the M4 Competiton, of course, but this is a little smaller model. But you get all these things that you get in a sports car, and it's in a little compact and very usable and accessible kind of way. It's very easy to drive. The manual shift gearbox, I'm gonna shift you through it. It's a very, very, very simple gearbox to use, and yeah, there's just a lot of positive things about this car, and the way it drives, and it kind of, yeah, BMW has the slogan in Germany. It's called BMW Freude am Fahren, and this car really stands for this BMW slogan. It's a joy to drive this car. It's fun, and you laugh, and yeah, what else is there to say? It's a very great experience, and in comparison also with the most direct competitors, which would be maybe a Tesla Model 3 in the electric sector, or the Ford Mustang, which is it's not a straight six. It's a V8. If you're not buying a Mustang V6, of course, and also in a similar price range and a similar power output, and the manual shift gearbox, the M2 is the best car, you know, when it comes to all the details, and from the moment that you touch the steering wheel, the cool stitching, it just, you can notice that this car is built to drive, and it's built to drive fast, and it's built to bring joy. Now we're being taken over by a Ford Transit. Yeah, he's late to work, I think. Yeah, check out this beautiful scenery, this beautiful weather. It's summer in Sweden, and that's just beautiful as well. But I'm off talking again. I'm gonna shut up a little more, as you have said to us before, and just drive this car. And you can tell us in the comments what you think about it. Is there anything more you would like to see? Please let us know. Some driving. Yeah, the third gear is just beautiful. So, wow. This car, it comes with rev match, but in this particular driving mode, the mode that we individually did is rev match off, because it's cooler. But yeah, another thing about the gears is that these gears, they are very, very short in comparison maybe to a Mustang, you know. If you gear it out to 7,000 RPM, you won't have the power, so you will shift early in this car at 6,300 RPM maybe, in order to get the best possible shifting. So that's a thing that we noticed about this car as well. Let's go to Nyap. Brakes are good. There's a possibility to get this with ceramic brakes as well, which is a up price of a few thousand crowns. If it's needed, I don't know, it depends on how you drive the car. I think these brakes are good enough. And yeah, oh, this is just beautiful. Let's just stop the car here, turn on the warning blinkers, and finish off this review. So one last thing that I didn't notice, or not notice, I'm sorry, that I didn't say is this car has a starting price of 630,000 Swedish crowns, which is about $60,000, $65,000, which is a very good price for an M car. And with the little add-ons, this model that we got, it's pretty basic. We don't have too much extras in here, because this car is just focused on the driver, you know. Look at this beautiful scenery. Look at this beautiful car. Isn't this amazing? What do you guys say? This is the yeah, here are the brakes. So everybody, this was the BMW M2 Competiton. Please tell us in the comments below what you think about this car, about POV driving, about this review in particular. We want to know more. We want to know your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Viktor. This is POV driving, and this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the BMW M2 Competiton. Peace out! GoPro, stop recording.